Right now at noon, investigators are trying to figure out what caused a fire and explosion that killed one person in the town of Springfield. We're live at the scene with the latest. Plus, jury deliberations begin in the criminal trial of former President Trump. What could happen when they reach a verdict? You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Josh Spreiter, continuing coverage from the town of Springfield this afternoon after a home exploded overnight, killing one person. It happened just north and west of the Middleton Airport. News 3 Now's Maddie Heimsch is live near the scene of that explosion this afternoon. Maddie?
Josh, like you said, one person was found dead in the home behind me. Investigators are still searching for another potential victim. I'm going to step out here so you can see what is left on the scene. Obviously, the structure of the house has been pretty leveled out and crews are still cleaning up debris. I spoke to Dane County Sheriff Kelvin Barrett about an hour ago. He said due to the nature of the explosion, investigators haven't yet been able to fully assess the scene. Take a listen to what he said.
The scene has to be safe. As you see, it's very unstable. There's nails, there's debris, there's insulation, there's bullets, there's ammunition everywhere. And as our team is going through there, you see there's flare-ups as well. You remove one piece of debris and then all of a sudden temperatures may flare up.
We spoke to a neighbor next door who was evacuated from his house last night. He said the explosion physically rocked his home, and he was concerned about fire spreading through the wooded area here to his home, but the damage has been contained to this one residence. We'll hear directly from that neighbor about the victims who lived in this home this evening on News 3 Now. For now, reporting live in Middleton, Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Maddie, thank you. All lanes of I-94 are back open in Jefferson County after a deadly crash. The three-vehicle crash killed one person and killed two more just after 7 o'clock last night at mile marker 277. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation says someone was heading east, left the road, crossed the median, and then struck westbound traffic. The two people hurt are expected to survive. Continuing coverage now of the Dodge County fatal crash, we now know the identities of those victims. They've been identified as current La Follette High School students and current and former Sun Prairie East students. The Dodge County Sheriff's Office says 19-year-old Luis Gamillo, 18-year-old Alex Hernandez, 17-year-old Eric Gamillo Caldaza, and 16-year-old Ivan Herrera were killed when their vehicle failed to stop at a stop sign and struck by a semi. The crash happened at the intersection of Highway 1660 and County Road Double T east of Columbus. Camilo Caldaza was an 11th grader at Sun Prairie East High School, while Luis Gamillo and Alex Hernandez graduated from there last year. The Madison School District says Herrera was a sophomore at La Follette High School. Herrera's sister, Jocelyn, was the only survivor and is still in the hospital. Well, the sun returns for your Wednesday. First Sport meteorologist Kelly Slifka has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Finally, a chance to dry out, Kelly.
Yeah, we've got a few days that are going to be nice and dry, and that's some good news. I know the farmers have had a hard time getting into the fields because of all the rain we've had in the muddy fields, but you can see from our sky cam in Platteville, Queen Bee Radio sky cam, quite a bit of blue. You do see some of these cumulus clouds, a little bit more of these cumulus clouds as you go further to the east toward Madison. We'll call it partly sunny now here for a few hours. And looking at some sunshine, some dry weather. Now, we do have some of these cumulus clouds. You can see how they bubble up as we get the heating of the afternoon. We have some cool air aloft. That air rises, and that's what creates some of these clouds. And actually, I wouldn't doubt over to the east in parts of Jefferson, Dodge County, may actually see a shower because we actually have a lake breeze front that will be developing coming off of Lake Michigan. That will likely stay to the east of Madison. Looking at some mild afternoons the next couple of days, but it is chilly in the mornings. Temperatures starting out in the 40s, both tomorrow morning and also Friday morning. We will be warming up into the weekend, and along with that, we will have some storm chances. It's not going to be a complete washout, kind of like what we had yesterday. These will be pretty scattered in nature for both Saturday and also Sunday. But now it's 66 in Madison, also down in Monona, 66 currently in Middleton. Temperatures this afternoon generally in the upper 60s, maybe getting a little bit closer to 70s. You get a little bit closer to the Illinois border, also out west toward the Mississippi River. It will cool off pretty quickly if you are headed out this evening. In fact, as that sun goes down, we'll drop from the 60s into the 50s by 10 o'clock. And overnight tonight, we'll look at temperatures in the 40s waking up tomorrow morning. Right now it's 66 with a north wind at 12 miles per hour. We'll look at partly sunny skies. We get into the upper 60s today. All in all, a nice day, a little bit cooler than average. We'll get to that average this weekend, and above that, going into early next week. Along with that, some storm chances. We'll track those for you coming up in about 15 minutes.
We'll enjoy the sun while we can, Kelly. Thank you. Right now, jury deliberations are underway in former President Trump's historic criminal trial in New York. Michael George reports from outside the courthouse where Trump could become the first former president convicted of a crime.
The fate of former President Donald Trump is now in the hands of a New York City jury.
Mother Teresa could not beat those charges, but we'll see. We'll see how we do.
Judge Juan Merchan began the day by issuing crucial instructions to the jurors, laying out the legal issues they must consider and the conclusions they must reach to find Trump guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Normally, jury instructions may or may not be that influential in jury decision making, but this is a fairly unusual case.
The presumptive Republican presidential nominee is facing 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. Prosecutors contend he tried to conceal a repayment to his former fixer, Michael Cohen, for $130,000 in hush money paid to adult film star Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 presidential election. Trump has repeatedly denied any wrongdoing. Deliberations come on the heels of Tuesday's marathon closing arguments, which stretched into the evening. Legal experts say the jurors have a lot to digest.
I think it's clear these business records were falsified. The devil's going to be in the details. What does it mean to cause that falsification? What was Trump's level of knowledge and intent?
Tensions flared at one point during closing arguments when lead defense attorney Todd Blanche told the jurors, "You cannot send somebody to prison based upon the words of Michael Cohen." That enraged the judge, who clarified a prison sentence is not required in this case, even if Trump is convicted. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
The judge instructed the jurors to disregard that remark. Well, back here in Madison, we have an update on the West area draft plan. City staff say they're encouraging developers to look at a wider mix of apartment unit sizes and missing middle housing types for smaller multifamily units and duplexes. At a meeting last night, staff focused on changes made in land use from the previous public comments and open house last week. They tried to address residents' concerns about being more strict with developers.
Sometimes if the city just says no to certain projects, it would not necessarily lead landowners or developers to reevaluate the project and propose something else that might just lead to nothing happening. And with the housing crunch that we're in, that is certainly something that needs to be accounted for.
Meanwhile, the Northeast area, which includes the airport, Madison College, and Easttown Mall, will be discussed at a meeting tonight. It is from 5 to 8 o'clock at Rindell Park on Sycamore Avenue. There's also a virtual meeting happening right now that started at noon. Staff will go over recommendations made in the Northeast area plan draft and talk about recommendations made at a virtual meeting last night. If you want to attend that meeting, you have to register. You can do that at the City of Madison's website. Well, still ahead for us this afternoon, U.S. consumer confidence continues to rise and why multiple powdered baby formulas are being voluntarily recalled.
The spring could just break. Precision is there to help.
We have fully stocked vehicles to fix any problem you'd have that same day, and we are all over the Madison area.
You're just one phone call away from getting your garage door fixed today.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Steinhaffel's Memorial Day mattress sale is happening now. The new Tempur-Adapt is in stock and ready to get you the best night's sleep ever. Upgrade your sleep and save up to $500 on adjustable base sets. Tempur-Pedic Queen mattresses start at just $48 per month when you use Steinhaffel's 60-month financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhaffel's cash. Nothing beats a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic from Steinhaffel's.
Are you suffering with neck pain, back pain, or sciatica due to disc-related conditions? You may have tried drugs, spinal injections, or physical therapy just to find out it didn't help. You're not alone. The problem is that some of those treatments focus on symptom relief, but may not address the underlying disc problem. As a result of injury or overuse, the discs may bulge, herniate, or degenerate over time. Our therapies are highly successful and reduce pain associated with those conditions and may help you avoid neck or back surgery. At Midwest Spine and Nerve Center, we'll design a treatment program using the latest in pain-relieving therapies, including non-surgical spine decompression, Pro Adjuster 360 computerized technology, laser therapy, and more. Visit our website or call to schedule a complimentary consultation.
Oh, hey, I'm your celebrity spokesperson for Zine, the new way to stream local news, sports, and events from all over the country. But Zine speaks for itself. It doesn't need a celebrity spokesperson to tell you to download Zine. Besides, an ex-teen idol like myself might resort to pandering gimmicks. You're too smart for that. Let's go to the Zine logo before I do some sexy, overdramatic ending, huh? Zine. Always local, always free.
Transform your home in one weekend with help from Dutch Boy, now at Menards. With over 100 years of paint experience, Dutch Boy is the perfect choice for your painting projects. Hurry in today and get a gallon of Platinum Plus interior paint. It's an ultra premium paint and primer in one with amazing stain resistance that gives your space a long-lasting finish. Get an 11% rebate on all Platinum Plus paint now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
U.S. consumer confidence continues to rise, according to the latest survey from the nonprofit business research group, the Conference Board. In May, consumer confidence hit 102, up from 97.5 in April, and a third straight month of increases. But the survey also showed that there are continued worries about inflation, with more May respondents saying they believe a recession is somewhat or very likely in the next year. One of the nation's big three mobile carriers, T-Mobile, announced it will purchase most of U.S. Cellular's operations and some of its spectrum assets. The $4.4 billion deal is expected to be complete by the middle of next year. Both companies say U.S. Cellular customers will be able to keep their current plans or switch to a T-Mobile plan. And multiple powdered baby formulas are being voluntarily recalled. The FDA says Cresolac Infant 0 to 12, Pharmalac 0 to 12, and Pharmalac Low Lactose do not meet the agency's regulatory standards. No illnesses have been reported. Customers can return the recalled formula to the place of purchase for a full refund. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
At the noon hour, here's your stock report. The Dow down 379 points, NASDAQ down 52 points, and the S&P 500 down 26. Right now, our call for action volunteers are in the building taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Remember, you can call for action at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Pam is watching today's egg prices straight ahead, and Kelly is tracking the first warn forecast. Then later on Live at 4, Lisa Briggs will be here to answer your plant and garden questions. You can email those questions to us now to tips@channel3000.com.
Ride Chip.
Don't worry, my cousin's got a guy.
Right now, get 2-for-1 windows and no interest for 1 year.
Hurry. Call now. Call 866 for Feldco.
Mike Super, Magic and Illusion, America's Got Talent finalist, winner of NBC's Phenomenon, leaving audiences speechless. Now you can see Mike Super live. Saturday, June 15th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. A show for the whole family to enjoy this Father's Day weekend. Mike Super, Magic and Illusion at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Celebrate Memorial Day at Brothers Maine, where unbeatable appliance deals come with expert advice. Enjoy special prices and free delivery on top brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Visit us today and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Mindy Kaling will make you laugh.
Let's go pitch it. Jennifer Hudson, she's at a drive-thru.
Whopper! You won't cheat! Plus the incredible Los Angeles Sparks.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
Breast cancer is the most common form of cancer in women. Join the News 3 Now team in the fight against breast cancer at the Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk, Saturday, June 8th at the Alliant Energy Center.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Welcome back at noon. Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. Good to see that sunshine again today, Pam.
Hallelujah. And it's dry. We're going to get a couple hours of dry. I heard Kelly point to the fact that farmers have been struggling with that for the past week, and that is showing up in our latest crop progress report for sure. In fact, as of Sunday across the state of Wisconsin, there were very few days that farmers got a chance to do anything. We had about 78% of our corn in the ground as of Sunday, 74% of our soybeans in the ground, and most of the crop that's already been planted is through the soil surface, which means we're going to have to pay attention to overnight lows just a little bit. Wheat is the other crop that we're keeping an eye on. About 23% of our winter wheat is headed out, but Dr. Sean Connolly, University Extension soybean and wheat specialist, said that now we're starting to see what he called stripe rust show up. So we're going to have to address that with some fungicide or risk losing that crop. So we'll see how much we capitalize on the warm, dry weather. Tomorrow and Friday, UW-Platteville is going to be inviting in entrepreneurs. And I'll tell you what, I've known it all my life. Farmers are entrepreneurs. One that's going to be on the program is Kyle Vesperman at Vesperman Farms down in Lancaster. He was trying to figure out how they were going to keep their 100-year-plus farm operating, and they decided they had to diversify. Easier said than done, but the bottom line is Vesperman Farms now features ice cream that they produce on their farmstead. Kyle's going to share his insights tomorrow on a panel of entrepreneurs on, thinking outside the box. He says that they have 2 ice cream trucks now that travel the region. They sell also to retail stores. Typically, they'll sell about 50,000 cones and dishes of their Vesperman ice cream and about 20,000 pints through the summer. It helps them get by, and that is the kind of stick-to-itiveness that a lot of our Wisconsin farmers show in a lot of different ways. Looking forward to that Connecting Entrepreneurial Communities Conference tomorrow and Friday down at UW-Platteville. Well, if you've been paying attention to the Dow Jones Industrial Average today, you know, eeky-acky, everything is in the red ink, and that includes our commodities today. One item that we're continuing to watch, though, is what's going on with our cattle market. Last Friday, we had our cattle on feed report. It continued to show we just don't have a lot of four-legged animals out there that are going towards the beef processing industry. So that market's going to stay tight. How much higher are they going to bid these cattle? Good question. And that's exactly what a lot of our marketing folks are asking each other, because soon consumers are starting to make choices at the grocery store that will bring a ripple effect right back to the farm. So keeping an eye on what's going on with cattle. Like I said, dairy is along with the Dow Jones Industrial Average today. Joshy, barrel cheese down 196. 40-pound block cheese down 5 1/4 at 181. Double A butter down another 2 3/4 cents. They had to get us back under $3 to $2.97.5 per pound. I will challenge our Channel 3 wonderful viewers to think about going to Cows on the Concourse on Saturday. Consume, and we'll see what we can do to the market by Monday.
Yeah, I got to cover that last year. That is so much fun just to see them down on the Capitol Square. It's something that you just you got to see it to believe it, Pam.
Triple Dog dare you to go take your finger by a calf and see how far they slobber up your arm.
Oh, there's
Usually
a lot of slobber.
All the way up to a sleeve.
A lot of slobber. All right, Pam. Well, you got a busy couple days ahead, so we'll see you next week.
Very good. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. Let's get a check of your certified most accurate forecast. First Swarm meteorologist Kelly Slifka is on the weather patio. Kelly?
Yeah, it finally got a nice day out here. We've got some dry weather, definitely needed. It looks like we've got several days of some dry weather before more chances of some rain developing going into the weekend. Right now, we just have some of these cumulus clouds popping up. We've had this cool air mass come in from the north. Basically, the cool air aloft, you get the heating of the sun that pops these cumulus clouds developing here in the Madison area. Right now, we're looking at temperatures a little bit cooler than average. Our average high now is 74, only expecting a high of 68. And look at that low tonight, expecting low down to 44. So Yeah, you can keep those snow shovels in the garage, but you might still need that winter jacket, especially if you're out for any duration overnight. One thing we don't need is any more rain, any kind of precipitation, because for the month of May, we've had over 5.5 inches. That is way above average of 3.65. And for the year, we're still doing good. Our surplus of 3 inches with 15.75 inches here in Madison. Now, the last few days have been cool, but as you look at the temperatures over the last couple of weeks, actually, most of the days were actually above average. In fact, well above average a couple weekends ago when we hit the upper 80s. So looking at some sunshine today and also tomorrow. So we've got some dry weather. It stays cool until Friday. We're going to get closer to average. Friday is going to be that transition day as we get into some milder temperatures. Then we'll call it warm going into the weekend. Scattered showers and storms expected this weekend. And I'm going to time these out for you as we go into the weekend. I know that a lot of folks would like to see some dry weather going into the weekend. Today, we're looking at upper 60s. We'll slowly fall through the evening hours. And once that sun goes down, that temperature will likely drop through the 50s. And by tomorrow morning, expecting overnight lows in the 40s. A lot of sunshine today as we climb through the upper 60s, maybe getting a little bit closer to 70. Now, you notice over there in Watertown and Juneau, likely to see that lake breeze come in off of Lake Michigan. I won't even doubt if there isn't a shower that pops up on that as that develops going into late afternoon. They'd be very isolated and staying to the east of Madison. But we do have some rain chances as we go into the weekend, then into next week. So several dry days here for us. Weekend does bring in at least a couple of rain chances, and those will ramp up early next week. Here on Friday, now we're going to be watching this cluster of showers and storms off to the west. It looks like it's going to run into more stable air that we have here in the Badger State. So Friday looks dry. Friday night after midnight, that's when we'll start to see some of these roll through. If we get them in Friday night and out of here Saturday morning, I think we'll actually get into some sunshine Saturday afternoon. So there's our opportunity for some dry weather Saturday afternoon, Saturday night into Sunday. And I think most of the day on Sunday will be dry. Can't rule out some of these showers coming in from the south and west to clip into southern Wisconsin as we go through the late afternoon hours and especially by Sunday night. 68 expected today with a partly sunny sky. Once again, we just have some of these fair weather cumulus clouds. A chilly night tonight. Another chilly night tomorrow night, mid-40s. In between, though, the afternoons are nice with this late May sunshine. Friday, 74, so right at our average for this time of the year. Saturday, once again, it looks like that chance of storms primarily in the morning, generally dry in the afternoon, and most of Sunday should be dry until we get into the late day hours, into the evening hours. So there will be opportunities to get out and enjoy some weather. And look at these temperatures next week. Not only some 80s, but it's also going to get kind of muggy early next week with temperatures in low 80s and more storms in our forecast early next week.
Going to be feeling like summer. All right, Kelly, thank you. When we come back at noon, Howard's working in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Today, we're creating a soon-to-be award-winning recipe with something that most people simply toss in the trash. Any ideas?
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
As summer approaches, is your house ready? Over 7 out of 10 homes are poorly insulated. Is yours? Here are some of the signs. Is your house too cold in the winter? Is it too hot in the summer? Does your furnace and AC run almost non-stop? Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Are your energy bills too high? You don't need a new home. You need better insulation.
Call now for $1,200 off whole home insulation plus a $1,200 tax credit.
USA Insulation.
Do you have both Medicare and Medicaid? If so, you may qualify for a dual-eligible special needs plan from Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield with benefits and coverage for dental services or routine eye exams. Call now to explore plan options available in your zip code. Learn about the additional care, resources, and support you could have with an Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield dual special needs plan. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield dual-eligible special needs plans offer more benefits than you have access to with original Medicare alone. Additional benefits could help you save out-of-pocket costs. These benefits could include a healthy grocery allowance each month, transportation to plan-approved medical appointments, or an annual allowance to spend on eyewear. Most of the Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield dual special needs plans have $0 monthly premiums, $0 copays, or $0 deductibles that can also help you save on out-of-pocket costs. If you have both Medicare and Medicaid, don't miss your chance to enroll in a dual special needs plan. Call today to see what plans with additional benefits may be available in your zip code. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield dual special needs plans offer more than original Medicare. like annual allowances towards dental, vision, or hearing coverage. These plans offer even more benefits that may provide you with additional care and support. With a 24/7 nurse line, you could have access to a registered nurse to help answer your questions whenever you need. If you're in immediate need of a caregiver or emergency services, these Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield plans provide a personal emergency response system. Contact a caregiver or emergency services at the touch of a button. If you have both Medicare and Medicaid, don't miss your chance to enroll in a plan with more benefits than you may have with original Medicare alone. Call today to speak with a licensed agent and explore 2024 dual-eligible special needs plans. The call is free and there's no obligation to enroll.
Call 800-357-1385. 800-357-1385. That's 800-357-1385. Call now.
Even though it's not officially summer yet, this is the time of year when most of us start to turn away from comfort food and crave foods that I call picnic perfect. At the top of that list are deli salads. And today, I'm sharing one that you'll want to add to your nicer weather lineup. It's a bacon and broccoli slaw that goes together like this. We start by emptying a package of broccoli slaw into a bowl. And if you're not familiar with broccoli slaw, it's sort of like coleslaw, but rather than shredding cabbage, it's made by shredding the stems of broccoli. Next, we add in some chopped red onion, a good amount of cooked crumbled bacon, and some salt and pepper. And for the part that gives this its rich, creamy texture, we pour on some bottled ranch dressing and give it a good mix. Boy, this is looking amazing. We top it with some crumbled blue cheese and more bacon if you want. Once it's chilled, it's ready to serve. This slaw pairs perfectly with everything from fried or roast chicken to your favorite piled high sandwich. To get your copy of our soon-to-be award-winning recipe, simply visit our website and type in blue cheese bacon slaw. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a bacony, delicious way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Before we go at noon, coming up today on Live at 4, if you have a question or concern about your plants or garden, you can send us your questions via email to tips@channel3000.com. Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company will be here on Live at 4 with those answers. Again, you can send us those questions, and the sooner you do so, the most likely it'll get answered. Again, that is tips@channel3000.com. Here's Kelly with a final look at your first warn weather.
Yeah, Josh, finally some sunshine, some dry weather here in the most of the state expected today. You can see actually in Platteville quite a bit of sunshine. As you get closer to Madison areas to the east, a little bit more clouds popping up with the heating of the afternoon. Should be the upper 60s. We got this northeast flow, and typically when we get that this time of the year, Lake Michigan's still fairly cold, so we get a lake breeze. You know, notice a couple of showers developing off to the east, and some of those may creep into Juneau, Watertown area, down toward eastern Rock County, Fort Atkinson's. Can't rule out a possibility of a shower, but I think that'll be staying well to the east of Madison. Otherwise, it's going to be chilly tomorrow morning. I need that heavier jacket if you can be out for any duration. Mid-40s, 71 in the afternoon. Another chilly start to the morning on Friday. That's that transition day as we get into some more seasonable temperatures in the mid-70s. Overnight lows not as chilly. Looks like the best chance of rain will come in late Friday night into Saturday morning, then another chance later in the day Sunday. So plenty of opportunities for some dry weather, more stormy weather, and some humidity, it looks like, early next week with low 80s.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Thanks for joining us today at noon. We're back with more news at 4, 5, and 6. Have a great afternoon.